again, it is a higher open that we are looking at, much like we did yesterday, where we were talking a great deal about the possibility of a new record, either intraday or all-time on the S&P. Yesterday, it was that bizarre Russian vaccine news, and I think we can all term it bizarre. But today, it's Moderna signing a deal with the U.S. government, which is signing a lot of deals to make sure that there is manufacturing capacity in place to deliver a lot of doses of a vaccine if and when it does get through phase 3 trials.
Right. I mean, I was listening to Meg Trell this morning. He's done, of course, unbelievable reporting. And my first reaction was to send Len Schleifer an email saying, how much is Regeneron getting? He mentioned Regeneron. They got $500 million in July. I mean, but I would say, right, David, is there any amount that you wouldn't spend on these companies to get this thing beaten? Because if we're spending $2 trillion to just try to stay in place, we have got to flood the market with money. Make it so it's worthwhile for everybody. I have Emergent Bio tonight. They would be helping making a lot of these giant doses. And I think that you have to encourage these companies. It is really important. Moderna, Novavax getting a lot of money. I want to see J&J get the money. I want to see Pfizer get the money. But they've got to do it, David. They've got to.
And they all will. I think they all will. Operation Warp Speed, which is the name that the administration has given to trying to develop a vaccine and antivirals and therapeutics as quickly as possible. There's money for all of them in terms of manufacturing. And the Department of Defense has contacted many of them. They are choosing in some ways winners and losers.
Right.
I've reported, I think it was last week, Jim, again, I'm following the Merck compound very closely on the antiviral side, of course. That has been offered as well. Of all of them, it's my understanding, to money from Operation Warp Speed. But your point is well taken, which is we need to be in a position when one of these, if not all of them, we can hope work, to manufacture at scale very quickly. And so we're seeing something unprecedented, which is the building up of manufacturing capacity before we even know whether there is an efficacious vaccine and or antiviral.
It's extraordinary. Extraordinary that J&J is committed to create, not committed, but spending money to deliver a billion vials of something that we don't even know if it works. I mean, you and I have seen many different cases where companies have spent a lot of money on a drug that didn't work. Vaccines, we know, are very, very hard to make. It's encouraging. I want to see as many companies as involved. But, David, in the end, you're right. It's going to be the antivirals. That's what we're going to get first, and that's because you don't have to do these incredibly long day-by-day trials. Look, Russia did the opposite. Russia basically said, OK, we're giving it to people. That's not the American way. It's not the American way since thalidomide. And thalidomide being a horrible something that the FDA approved for what is now basically Revlimid, which is owned by Bristol Myers, but a terrible drug for pregnant women. And we don't want to do that. We don't want anything to happen
we won't do
to
that.
people. These are healthy people that are getting it.
I know, exactly. They're healthy people, which is different, again, than these antivirals where you're sick, or you've been exposed to somebody who's sick. You have a reason to take it. And if they work, obviously, it will be a key, potentially game changer in terms of the course of the virus and how we approach it in this country, Jim.
David,
but you're
don't
right.
you think
for
Lilly?
A vaccine, you're not sick.
How about
you're not sick, so you don't want to get sick.
No, I mean,
look, what about Lilly?
I'm going to try to get the J&J, and I'm totally conscious. I think every American should try to get in these. Why? Because we have to beat this thing. I mean, Treasury Secretary Mnuchin could come on all he wants, spend all he wants. The Fed can back up all the debt they want. But what we need is an antiviral that makes it so we can get through this period, and then a vaccine so that we can eliminate this period. But it's Eli Lilly is in the nursing homes. Merck is with people who are sick. And that's the hope. Regeneron, people say, we really have to differentiate between vaccine and people who are sick because it's very different.